My parents were two of the most optimistic people that you would have ever met in your life. With everything they went through, just incredible, optimistic people. When I was 7 years old, my dad came home from work, as he always did. First thing he did was turn on the TV, sit down in his favorite chair to watch the news, to see what had happened during the day. And on that hot August day in 1958, my dad saw a story that really bothered him, and he kept watching it and following it in the newspaper. First time he had off was that Saturday afternoon. I was playing in the backyard. He came back to the backyard and said, "Mike, come with us. Your mom and I are going to take you for a ride." And so I went and we got in the car, 7-year-old kid with his parents, and they drove me to a park. We got out of the car, we went into the park, and we walked up to this water fountain. Hot August day, my dad said, "Take a drink out of it." And I did. He said, "How did that taste?" And I said, "Tasted great. Hot August day in Oklahoma, what's better than cold water from a water fountain?" My dad then asked me to read the sign on the water fountain to him, and I did, and it said, "Whites only." He took me to a water fountain not 10 feet away, and he asked me to take a drink out of it, and I did. And he said, "How did that taste?" And I said, "The same as the water I just drank out of over there." And he asked me to read the sign, and it said, "Colored water fountain." Coloreds only. Then we walked back to the car. Without saying a word, they drove me down to the bus station, where we walked inside, and they proceeded to show me the white waiting area, which was nice area, nice chairs, ceiling fans going on a hot August day.
This is in Ponca City?
Yes.
Okay.
Then we walked to the back of the bus station, not so nice area, no ceiling fans. And there was a sign up there, and my parents had me read that sign with them, and the three of us read the sign together, and it said colored waiting area. And my dad looked at me, his 7-year-old son, and he said, "I want you to always remember what I've shown you here today, because that's the reason that you don't have any grandparents and lots of aunts and uncles and cousins, because people looked at them as being different and inferior human beings." What my dad saw on television that day that so bothered him, that he wanted to make sure his son knew and would understand, was a story about Clara Looper and 13 young black kids, aged 6 to 16, who went to downtown Oklahoma City, walked into Katz Drug Store, sat down at the counter, and ordered 13 Coca-Colas, and were refused service because of the color of their skin. Of course, those 13 young kids ended up starting the sit-in movement. Did not start in North Carolina with college kids. It started here in Oklahoma on that hot August day, August 19th, 1958, by those kids here in Oklahoma. And of course, they helped change the course of history, not only in this state, but in this country. And that's the story that my dad saw on TV that so bothered him, that he wanted to make sure that his son knew. And he lived his life always making sure that people understood what he had experienced, so that we could help make this a better world.